Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome to Morning Matters. I'm Matt. This is our first episode of Morning Matters, and I'm already a little late for it. I'm getting used to the mornings. I got my sun rising over my shoulder here, and the purpose of these Morning Matters videos is to get up, get in the right mindset. I have a habit of waking up and watching YouTube. I get up sometimes at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, but takes me 2 to 3 hours to finally get out of bed and get on the road and start jogging and getting my day going. And so I said, you know what? Let me stop fighting it. If I'm going to get up and I'm going to watch YouTube and dilly daddle for all this time, I might as well get up and watch something positive and share it with you guys. So and get me in a positive mind state. So that's what we're doing. So yesterday I worked on my goals. It is Tuesday, September 9th. It is can't even do math. 4 days away from my 49th time around this sun, and we're almost there. And so I said, you know what, for year 50, I want year 50 to be the best year of my life, which means I got to work for 49. So I wrote some goals, just financial and health goals. And, from where I am right now, I'm in a job that, I like the industry, but let's just say I'm challenged and I'm looking for something new to go to. I lost my job earlier this year due to my company going bankrupt, and I was downsized. And and I've been trying to find out where, trying to find the correct path for where I'm going. So, and my health, because I lost my health insurance, I was, I can feel the raspiness in my voice, but, I couldn't get my medications and I went into a little bit of a funk. So the time is now to turn around. And, that starts with my mindset and it starts with my activities. So, the two things that are giving me the most stress right now is my financial situation and my health situation. So I said, you know what? Nothing changes until you change. So I made some goals. I'm going to share them right now before we put on. We're going to listen to, I like to listen to some Jim Rohn or listen to something in the morning that's going to just, instead of watching nonsense and just doom scrolling, I said, let me put something on that's going to put me in the proper mindset, and then we'll get jogging. By the way, I have, very proud of myself. I've been up and jogging every day for the last, since September 1st. So what is that, 8 days? This will be day 9. And I started off with 2 miles. Actually, I'll do a whole nother, maybe I'll talk about that more tomorrow because I don't have a lot of time today, because I did get up late to start this. So I want to start at 6:30 every day, and by 7, and then get on the road. And, hopefully I'll even start sooner. I want to be jogging by 7. So 6 o'clock is when I want to actually start this. So I have a whole hour with you guys. But today got started late. So tomorrow will be better, as it always is. So for right now, let's enjoy the present and let's focus on what we can change. So so I've been running every day. Yesterday, and even though I haven't lost any weight, which was very defeating, but the thing that definitely has happened is my legs have been getting stronger, and that's the biggest danger as you get older, especially if you're diabetic, is you start losing strength in your legs. And the first day I could only run 2 miles, and I walked 2, and then yesterday I actually accomplished my first 4 miles. So I'll go through a rundown. Maybe I'll do it tomorrow because I really want to go through my goals this morning. So let's do that. So I wrote down here, actually, you know what? I could probably share this. Let me share. You know what? I have to make it an image. You know what? I'm going to do this real quick. So while I'm doing this, I'll talk to you guys. yeah, so the running every day has been great. Like I said, I passed form. I did my first sub 16 minutes, so in the 15-minute miles yesterday, which was also awesome. I wasn't really trying, like, right now I'm just in the mindset of just go, like, like I'm not trying to push for any records or do anything amazing. I'm just like, let me just make sure I do it every day. That is the most important part of the day right now. So I am pulling up my goals I wrote down yesterday. Should have an image here. There it is. Coming up any second. Oh, wait, no, here, we're going to bring this or remove that, add this to the stage. All right, here we go. So I can't read that. That's too small. Oh, man. So these I sat down and said, the main two things I want. I mean, obviously, I have other goals in my life, other things I want to focus on, but these are the two main things I need to get fixed. And I'll be happy if I can fix these two things in the next year. So what I want to accomplish before 50. All right. I want to decrease my bad debt by $25,000, credit cards and things I owe. So that's a goal. I want to buy $10,000 of Tesla stock. I would love this. If that said 10,000 shares of Tesla stock, that'd be great. But $10,000 of Tesla stock, I'd like to save up and buy. And I'd like to put another $7,000 into savings, and then raise my credit score by 150 points. So again, these might not seem huge to you. They might seem small to you. They might seem huge to you, depending on who you are. And, everybody is to be where they want, and you run your own race. And this is where I am, especially, just what's been going on with my life. There's a time in my life where I would have looked at these numbers and said, that's easy, but not where I am right now. So there we go. And by the way, I have no clue how I'm going to get there. There's no path right now. But I'm going to do my disciplines and to get me there. By the way, actually, maybe I'll jump down to disciplines. So the disciplines for that is to follow my weekly budget and to actually make a weekly budget video. So every single week, so that way I stick to it and I have to show you guys. So I'm going to be doing that. I'll be putting that onto my Patreon for those of you who want to see my personal budgeting stuff. Work daily on getting my income to $112,347. So that number is came from me adding up my goals and my expenses and then adding another 35% for taxes. So there you go. And make daily videos and weekly podcasts. So here we are right now doing that. So that's all I have, work daily. I don't know what that work daily is, but that could be selling some solar panels, which is what I'm doing right now. It could be putting some merch together, making videos, looking for job searching, which I spent quite a bit of time yesterday. I think I filled out over 30 applications and resumes that I sent out just yesterday alone. So yeah, that's where we are there. And then the health. Let's do the health. I'm going to do the health real quick, and then we'll watch this video and probably not get through the whole thing. And then I'm going to get on the road and start running. But health, my A1C, I want to get down to 6.5 or lower. When I went to the doctor, it was at like a 12. So it's cutting that in half. And that's already coming down, by the way, because that was from 2 weeks ago when I got my A1C checked, 3 weeks ago, maybe. Average weekly blood sugar under 150. When I checked yesterday, I was at 268. Weight down to 250 pounds or less. We're working on that. We're at 297. Complete a half marathon. That just came into my head yesterday. I was like, look, if I'm going to be running every day, my legs are going to get stronger. I've always wanted to do a full marathon, but I've never done a half marathon. Most I've ever run in one time, like nonstop, was 10 miles. And it was tough. The recovery after that was challenging. I was trying to get to 13 and I gave up at 10. Bench press 315 again. That is a goal of mine, which is why I got to get to the gym again and get 3 times a week. And squat 225 for 10. There was a time where I squatted 600 pounds for one, but 225 for 10 would be awesome to get my leg strength back. So health, disciplines, jog every day, get to the gym minimum 3 days a week. I should have went yesterday. I did not. And intermittent fast 17/7, which means 17 hours fasting and 7-hour window of eating. I know it says there start at 2 and end at 9, but last night I actually started eating at 3, and I ate the last thing I was going to eat last night at 10. So we're on track for that. I'm going to go again today with that. So got to hold off till 3 o'clock again today. So those are the goals. That's the mission. So with that being said, I'm going to remove that from the stage. So background stuff. So let me get my head space in the right way. Listen to some Jim Rohn. If you don't know who Jim Rohn is, Jim Rohn passed, but Jim Rohn has some amazing, amazing talks, and he talks to you like he's your grandfather. Like he just talks to you. It's not rah rah. It's not like Anthony Robbins, hype up, or it's not designed to be like that. But it's just simplistic. Get in your face. Here's the way it is, and you gotta and face the world in reality, and let's move forward. And that's what Jim Rohn's all about. So let's listen to some Jim Rohn. And let me get him back up here. Where's Jim? Jim. Oh, there he is. Okay. Excuse my technical difficulties. I'll get better at this as time goes on. Just trying to press play. Close that. I'm going to find it ever. Okay, here it is. So this is called The Greatest Advice Ever by Jim Rohn. Mm. Mm. They say that the safest place to be is in jail. Now if you're in jail by yourself, not with other people, but they put you in jail, you have guards, they feed you food, and you're very safe, but you have no freedom. You're almost the opposite of freedom. This is so funny. Like I just randomly picked this one, and this is exactly what I needed because this whole podcasting thing, this is risky, very risky. I don't know what I'm doing at all, as you could probably tell, but I this is something that sharing, building a community, working with people, inspiring people through, and I don't want to inspire anyone more than I inspire myself, and to be an inspiration for people. So yeah, it's interesting. But yeah, let's continue. Hmm. Empty. Hmm. Thinking about the times. Hmm. All right, we're stopping there because that was perfect for me and where what I needed for this morning. Hopefully, it was something that benefited you. And I'll be back tomorrow. I'm ready. I got my shoes on. I got my shoes on. I'm heading out. Go watch the sunrise. Sun's already up. We will be here tomorrow on time at 1 o'clock, and I'll probably be live while I'm jogging. And we're gonna go. Yesterday was 4 miles. I got a meeting today at 10 o'clock, so I'm probably not gonna go as far or go to the gym, but we'll see how I feel. We'll see how it is. It's 7:02. Thank you for joining me this morning on Morning Matters. And check out all the Cosmic Matters, Future Matters. Check out our my new Patreon, This Matters podcast. And I'll be putting some more clips up today. And it's funny. I just my parting thought here is I spent all day yesterday putting out resumes, and I really should have spent most of the day putting up videos and editing. And so it's like, where's my mindset? Thank you, Jim Rohn. All right. I will see you all tomorrow at 6 a.m.